Hello, everybody. My name is Ed. I'm in my armchair, and the smoking lamp is lit. Guess what I'm smoking today? My favorite and my newest Stanwell pipe. Look at this guy. It is a beauty. Huh? It's got this nice big bowl, which is perfect for Prince Albert, which is what I'm having in here now. It is a Stanwell 80. Now, this is not a Sextet Everson designed pipe, but in looking for pipes, I always check on stuff, which is becoming a problem sometimes because I constantly find stuff. But do you recognize this shape? This is what I consider the perfect pipe shape. Now, I know straight billiards like my Berthier Dunhill is obviously classic, but this shape just fits my eye. I just love this. And I was looking at from pipes, saw this. I had to get it. Not that I need another Stanwell pipe, but it is so perfect for me. So I got it. This extra little bowl, it is truly a great pipe. And I'll tell you, now this is an estate pipe, so it had been smoked, not much. I have no chatter on the teeth, no real charring. It had been reamed out. I have no idea how much cake it had been, but it was in great shape. But the first time I smoked with it was actually last night. And wow, just coming off as great is exactly what it did. I am going to enjoy this pipe. So let me tell you something else about Stanwell. Another little pipe, but I found. Now, I've had this one for quite a while. Look at this guy. It's kind of very unique. It is a Stanwell 20. It is a Sextet Everson design. That's how I got it. It is of the registration era, so it's anywhere from 1948 to about 65. I kind of just basically think that I just list them as being from 55, kind of compromise. And so that's how long it is. But, okay, it's in great shape. And reason I'm bringing this one up, well, because it's something different for you. In looking for Stanwell pipes, one of these is available in eBay. Now, believe me, I did not pay anywhere near this, but on eBay, it is currently listed starting at $400. Same thing. Registration era, probably it looks about the same in a sense that it has been used, but not much. Great shape. So almost exactly what this pipe is. And I'll have no idea if they'll ever get 400 for it. But it's like, I saw that and like, what the hey? Believe me, I would not pay $400 for this pipe. But it is interesting to see that. So there's a couple Stanwells in my to smoke every pipe. Stanwell edition. Well, if you're paying attention, you know that I do my videos on Thursdays. And a few of you noticed, didn't do one last week. And I want to explain why. I went to the hospital under emergency situation, had an infection, severe infection. And got out. Then a day later, got right back in. Not as bad. Still taking anti-infection things, but I'm feeling good, but kind of weak. So a couple things on that is, one, the staff at my hospital just so good to me that I just have to acknowledge that to everybody who wants to listen. It was great. I also was motivated to get back home because, face it, the longer I'm out, the more Doc and the captain are going to steal my tobacco. So yes. Anyway, that's that. That's why I'm missing it. I hate to say it, I almost didn't want to do this one. But part of trying to do it every Thursday is to have the consistency. And sometimes you don't want to do stuff. You gotta just do it. That's that. So thank you for listening. So since I missed last Thursday, which was the Thursday before Mother's Day, I'm going to just kind of mention a few things for Mother's Day late, because that was mostly what I was going to be doing Thursday. So, my mother. I have a few posters, if you will, photos of my mother when she was just 16 years old. She moved to New York City with her older sister, and had her job, got a job as a waitress at a little diner. And there was an artist there that was commissioned to do a painting and asked my mom if she would pose for it. So I hope I have a few of these posters. She posed for what turned out to be the 25th anniversary of the Girl Scouts. Her poster. And we have a copy of it. And it was funny. My mom got that. In the back of the poster, she got, I think, only $50 for it all. 2 settings, $50. And so she listed everything that she bought with that $50. That's really funny. It's on the back of the poster. And so we knew about it. And she had told us that it was basically just New York. It was in, advertising in buses and just around town. And that's what she's told us. Then, about 1990, early 90s, my brother, who would work for Sports Locker at that time in New York City, he was walking around on lunch break and found out there's a Girl Scout museum. So she thought, oh, it'll be interesting. Went in, and there was that poster of my mother reissued for the 75th anniversary of the Girl Scouts. So they did a poster, and how cool. So my brother got a bunch of copies, which my mom got, and she signed them for each of the kids, which is what you have, the photo you saw. A little later, I'm in Denver, and there was a newspaper article about this couple that had all this Girl Scout stuff in their basement. It was basically a kind of a big duplex house, but they had the whole basement of both sides, and it was just filled with Girl Scout stuff. That was their hobby. That was what they did. And they would have tours and stuff of like that nature. So I called them, asked if they had a copy of that poster. They said yes. And I said, and do you know who the model was? And they said no. It was never listed as my mother being the model. And I said, well, that's my mother. So they just loved that idea and invited me down to see everything they had. And they had a lot of stuff. And this is when, for the first time, my mother, my sisters, my whole family found out that poster my mother's posed for was not a New York City. It was a national campaign for the Girl Scouts. So You have a picture, the poster. You had, it was also the front page of the calendar that the girls, or not calendar, the catalog that the Girl Scouts would use to order stuff for the Girl Scout troop. So it was there. Everybody that became a Girl Scout that year got us an ID, a typical little ID, um, with a small picture of my mother on, in that. And so we had never known about this stuff. And then they asked me if I had some stuff of my mom later, and I told them that she was, in the Army um, during World War II. So I gave them a picture of her in the Army. So that's my little Mother's Day tribute, running a little late. I'm glad to be back in the saddle. And I do hope that you like this. And remember, if you don't like this, you can't get to heaven. So may your smoking lamp always be lit. Take care out there.